Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl JoJo, and I'm here with the review for Put a Ring on It. This is season 2 episode. I'm not really sure. I hope you guys are doing good today. You know, I'm feeling a little kind of ways for being on this camera right now because I know how I look. And it might not be that bad to y'all, but listen, I'm telling you, that's why I'm trying to stay way back out this camera today, for real. Because I worked out this morning and then I kind of got off schedule just a little bit. I figured out what I need to do, y'all. I need to get up early in the morning, like 6 o'clock in the morning, maybe even 5:30, because I'm usually not home Saturday night to watch the shows. I need to get up, watch the shows, take the notes, work out, and then do my videos instead of trying to incorporate them during the day. So I think I got a plan, and I'm gonna try to stick to the plan. Now, last week, y'all know we got to get the preliminaries out the way. Last week I recorded 3 videos. They didn't have sound. Then I did a roundhouse kick of all of the shows. That video, for whatever reason, only recorded for like 8 or 9 minutes. And then I did turn the camera off, but then I restarted another video. The video restart, it did not take. It just didn't save at all. So I really think it might be time for me to just get a new computer, but I don't have the funds for that right now. So we're going to keep pressing on with what we got, and we're going to hope that everything holds on until I can get to that point. I'm telling you, my electronics, it's like they don't want me to win. They don't want me to win. But let me quit talking about them before they hear me. All right. Now, let's talk about what happened on the show, Put a Ring on It. So, I'm going to go ahead. We're going to take it couple by couple. Y'all want to do that? Let's do it that way. And I am in the middle of also working and running some orders, so I'm trying to get this done pretty fast. All right. Oh, if y'all see some lumps, it's because, you know, I've been working out, baby. I got my little thing on. Okay, all right. I done told y'all all my business. You don't care. Now, all right, let's talk about what happened on Put a Ring on It. I know what couple you want to get to, but let's get the preliminary couples anyway out of the way. So I'll start with LaRonda and Sean, and I know his name is Sean, y'all, but on the Own Network thingamajig, on the introduction to the cast, it says Jay. That's why I was saying Jay a couple of episodes ago. LaRonda and Sean. Sean does go on another date with Brittany. They have a lot in common. They're both creative. They both understand that style of work. They both understand how important it is to support people in that line of work. Brittany actually missed whatever it was, not her show, but she elected to drive herself to the show that she had to do so she could go on a date with him versus taking whatever transportation she had set up previously. They go on their date, and Brittany wants to know how she got another date. And Sean is just telling her that he does like her. He likes her vibe, likes her energy. He does like her personality and all of these other things. But the thing about Sean is, he just not gonna get with it because this is the first relationship, the one with LaRonda, where he has not had any type of infidelity going on. This is the first woman he's been faithful to. This is the first time he hasn't had any extracurriculars or put anybody in a different zone so he could do what he wanted to do. And he just really can't focus on anything else. He doesn't want to get his feet out there because I guess Sean is aware of his past and how he can move, and he just wants to be a different type of guy. And I actually applaud that. I still think he has some emotional issues that he needs to work through outside of LaRonda, but I do think it's cool that he knows where he could go, and he doesn't want to keep putting himself in certain situations time and time again. Like, he's tested himself, and I guess he feels like he has passed those tests. Like, I've been out with this girl a couple of times, and all I can think about is my woman and getting back to my woman. I don't think LaRonda went on a date this episode, but LaRonda did express her concerns that one of the things that she's worried about with Sean and Brittany is that they'll have more in common, and that she'll make you feel better than I make you feel, and you'll feel like you match up more with her. I'm trying to make sure I didn't forget anything, or feel they're more compatible anyway. And yeah, that doesn't end up happening. But I did notice when she said that, it made me think about Ashley from last season. Was that her name? the girl that was with Hollywood, it made me think about her, because I think that is what happened with her. She realized once she stepped out and started dating other people that she actually had compatibility to other men outside of Hollywood, almost like he wasn't the same fit for her as he used to be. I know people were saying they had broke up. I haven't even checked in on the past members of Put a Ring on It, other than Whitney and whatchamacallit, because they actually have a YouTube channel. But I think that was their name. So yeah, I thought about her when she made that comment, because it can definitely happen when you find you have more compatibility with somebody else. But it's not anything that I think LaRonda is going to have to worry about. It seems Sean is just really wanting to focus on his relationship. He even says that even when he's out, the only thing he can think about is LaRonda and getting back to his girl and building with her. Like, he just doesn't want to do anything with anybody else, and that's what he ends up saying at the end of the episode. So I guess we'll see where they're going to go from there, if they're going to get some more counseling, if LaRonda is going to go out with anybody else, if they're done with it. Yeah, we'll just have to see. Let's talk about Jessica and Eric. You know, I'm starting to, well, okay, I'll save my thoughts for the end after I get done talking about them. So she does go on another date. He does not go on another date. So she goes on another date with, I have so many notes, and I just read over all of these. My goodness. Dun, 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 dun. I'm trying to get to her date. Okay, here we go. All right, so she goes on another date with this guy. This guy sells luxury real estate. So he doesn't really get to go out much. He doesn't really get to do much. But he seems to be feeling Jessica. I could tell when she walked in, he immediately thought that she was attractive, because he was like, oh, wow. You know, so he definitely liked her look. He's looking for a woman with a good sense of humor. He says that it's in Atlanta, it's a lot of beautiful women, but it's hard to meet women with a high personality. I think he means a good personality, or maybe he means, like, you know, down to earth, somebody he can chill with, laugh with, catch a vibe with. And I do believe that's true, but I don't think that Jessica's personality is all that, you know what I mean? Like, I think she's nice, but I don't think she has like a deep, and maybe he didn't mean deep. Maybe I'm thinking deep, you know. Maybe he just means somebody he can have fun with. But I think there's plenty of girls you can have fun with in Atlanta. Shoot, I know some. But they bond on the fact that both of them have 2 children. Now, that I was surprised by. I don't remember Jessica mentioning these children at all. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but they have 2 children. He has 2 daughters, age 6 and age 3. I think she said one of her, did she say one of her daughters was 12, or am I tripping? Well, she has 2 children as well. We do know that. I don't know where those 2 children are. Maybe they're with their father, but that was my first time hearing her mention her 2 daughters. He does say he wants more children, but down the road. It doesn't have to be right now. He also says that he does want to be married the next time he has another child. I know this is the first date, but I would be a little bit interested in what happened with the other 2 women and why you all split or not together. That's something I always like to know. But yeah, they bond on the fact that they are both parents, and he does want more children. It seems like the date goes fairly well. He's a good looking guy. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it seemed good. It seemed good. So when they have their one-on-one counseling session, we learn a little bit more about her and Eric's relationship. So there was a point in time, okay, where, well, Dr. Nicole brings up the fact that she notices they have some trust problems. And the reason why they have some trust problems doesn't just stem around DMs and messages like we think. And Eric, the fact that he had another woman that he was fooling around with when they got together, that's just part of the story. The rest of the story is there was a point in time where they split. The reason why they split is because Eric was in a period of frustration where he was not playing football anymore, and he was kind of down in the dumps about it. You know, he was retired, probably trying to figure out his next move. Jessica was trying to talk to him, trying to be there for him, trying to get him to open up, and she felt like he was taking his frustration and anger about not playing football out on her. So Eric didn't know she felt that way. Dr. Nicole asked, did she communicate that? She said, no, she didn't. So we see one problem there. There is a communication barrier. You have to be able to share with your partner, let your partner know what it is you need, and let your partner know how it is you're feeling. And she didn't do that. All right. So we learned that lesson. we move a little bit more into the whole thing, y'all. And Eric says that the whole problem with Jessica is that, you know, she stepped out. She stepped out and she started entertaining other people. Jessica says she started entertaining other people because he took his frustrations out on her, because he was angry with her. That pushed her away. And so, yes, she did start entertaining others. Eric said, yeah, you did that, but it was only like a week. It was a matter of weeks before you started entertaining other people. Now, y'all, I ain't no expert, and I don't condone no cheating. But Jessica, baby, a week? 1 week and you was already entertaining other people? And when Dr. Nicole asks her what was it that she needed, she says love. And Dr. Nicole tells her, okay, tell me more. What are you trying to say? So what I see with Jessica and Eric is, I think that Jessica is, she's there when it's good. She's down for you when it's good. She wants to be there for you when it's good. But when it starts getting difficult, no matter what that difficulty may be, if she feels in any way that you are not opening up to her the way that she wants you to, then she might be out. And I can understand how you would have trust issues around that. I can understand where he's coming from. I honestly don't think Jessica really truly wants marriage, because marriage is going to have a lot of periods where you're going to have to stay down and stay right. You're going to be frustrated. You're not really going to understand your feelings, his feelings, our feelings, the kids' feelings. You can't just bounce when you feel like you want to bounce, especially if you're not communicating well with what you need. So I'm starting to wonder if she wants the title more than she wants the actual relationship. I also am wondering if she really knows how to articulate her needs. I don't know how old Jessica is, but for her to have 2 children, I don't know, she just doesn't seem mature in her emotional expression. I'll just say that, because when Dr. Nicole asked her what she needed and she said love, I was just kind of like, you know, what does that mean? You got to be specific about what that means to you. Like, love means different things to different people. Everybody has a different love language. Did you need more time? Did you need more intimacy? Did you need more conversation? Did you need more physical touches? What was it that you needed to feel that the relationship was going to be okay in the midst of his issue? And could you put yourself to the side for just a little bit while he was going through and say, hey, I don't want you to be angry at me. I want to give you the support you need. Do you need me to back up and give you some space maybe? Do you need to get the house to yourself for a couple days so you can zone out, maybe think about what you need? Do you need a distraction? I could take you out. We can go out of town. Like, what do you need? You know, it's gotta, you know, it's some reciprocity, if you will. So I don't know if she's truly ready for what marriage is going to bring, or if she just wants that title. And I'm also not sure if she really knows how to emotionally express herself and say what it is that she's needing. But baby, 1 week, and then to find out that dude still been texting and calling from other numbers and down in her DMs, and he was like, you were supposed to block that. The fact that he can even still reach out to you makes me wonder, are you holding on to him in hopes that something else could pop off? So I was just like, child, I don't know, Jessica. This is not sounding good, babes. We need to know what it is you trying to do for real. Okay? But let's move on. And I know who y'all want to move on to. Let me hurry up because I gotta go pick up some groceries. All right, I'm out here working. Okay, so Alexia and what's her name? Darian. Alexia and Darian. Alexia goes out on another date. I was really glad she did. She goes out with this guy named Monty, or Monet, or I think it's Monty. Monty's 35. He's been divorced. He has a daughter. He does want more children, and he wants to be married again. He says that's important. Well, actually, he didn't say he wanted to be married again. He said he wants to have more children, but you need to be in love. You need to be in a relationship first. So, Alexia, make sure you explore that, because I don't want you to get with another Darian where he cool with having a baby, but not really cool with making that next step. So, make sure you ask questions, explore that a little bit more. But she seemed to have a lot of fun on her date. I was really glad she said that she didn't want to talk about Darian, because it seems like whenever she starts talking about Darian, it's like word vomit. Like, she can't, you get what I'm saying? Like, once she starts talking about Darian, it shifts the whole mood of the date. So I was really glad that she said, I don't even want to talk about him. Now, we actually picked up where we left off with them in the very beginning of the episode, with her getting upset, her walking off. And Dr. Nicole really expresses to them, the whole entire group, that it's important for you all to stay in this process and to handle your emotions in the best way that you can, because if you can't do it in this controlled environment, what are you going to do outside of this controlled environment? You have to let your partner make the decisions that they need to make here, so you can see what you're dealing with, basically, and then make your decisions inside of here about how your relationship is going to go. So Alexia does end up coming back in. Darian doesn't understand why she's tripping about Kai. It's not really that big of a deal. Dr. Nicole is really trying to get Alexia to see, like, I think she's almost trying to get Alexia not to react so strongly when Darian does these things, because she wants Alexia to pretty much see what it is that Darian is doing, how he's feeling, and that way Alexia can make her judgments about where her relationship needs to go. Okay, and this process actually is showing her that I don't really care too much for Darian. A lot of times it pains me to listen to him talk, but I do. But I think Darian is on this show to date. I don't really think he's here to heal the problems in his relationship. I really don't, which is why I was so glad that she enjoyed her date. As a matter of fact, she said her date was a movie. They played ball, they had drinks, two of her favorite things according to Darian. She liked to pop bottles and she liked to play ball. So, hey, it was a good date for her. Now, on the flip side, with Darian, after the whole fiasco with her walking off, Darian does end up having a conversation with Alexia, but the conversation to me was to tell her she was wrong in how she was thinking about things. He says he wants them both to apologize to one another, but he ends up saying, I mentioned Kai and what I said made you upset, and then I was looking like the bad guy because you had a reaction to it and everybody was looking at me like I was the bad guy, so I had to wear the bad guy hat, so I took the bad guy hat. That wasn't really an apology. I don't know if he meant for it to be an apology. But then when Alexia says, look, I understand what you're saying. I understand that you was just expressing yourself and how you felt. And then I felt some type of way about it. That's how I felt. Like at one point, I thought I was the priority in your life. I thought I was the priority, but then in that moment, it didn't feel like that. It didn't feel like I was the priority. And he tells her that her thinking is wrong. She was like, no, it's not wrong. That's how I felt. So there's no apologies to one another. There's no apologies. By the time before they get to their last session of talking about their dates and all of that, Darian does go out on another date. He also does talk to Dr. Nicole, and he wants to know how can he peep game about Alexia's feelings? How can he see what she really feeling when she has this wall up and she always trying to be tough? Dr. Nicole asks him, well, why is she always trying to be tough? Have you ever considered that? And he was just like, I mean, at the house, she always play like she don't care, but then when something happens, she get upset. And she was like, exactly. So what does a wall, or what does somebody putting on a tough exterior mean? It's like an armor, right? It's something to protect yourself. Why would she be protecting herself? Darian, you guys, Dr. Nicole was trying to get him there. Dr. Nicole is asking him, why do you think somebody would need thick skin? Why do you think somebody would need to protect themselves? If you really saw all of her, why do you think that's needed? And he was just like, yeah, I think it's because I'm verbal and I expect her to be verbal like me. Dr. Nicole was just like, not quite. That's not really quite where I was getting at. Let me help you. When a person puts on an armor or protection, it may mean that they don't necessarily feel safe. So they put that up. What she's trying to tell you, Darian, is that maybe she puts up the tough exterior because that's what she has to use with you, because she doesn't necessarily feel safe to express herself with you or tell you anything. Right? Darian says he gets it. He says he understands it. I don't really think he quite understands it. He goes out with Kai. And one thing that Kai did that reminded me of something that I used to say to my man friends and my woman friends. Everybody becomes the person that you used to date eventually. If you are the type of person that doesn't like to commit, that doesn't like to nail yourself down to anything, you just kind of want to be in that friend zone, free, let's see what happens. At some point in time, somebody is going to get tired of that. And they are going to become the exact same person that you left for doing that. Kai is there. Kai is just like, we done been on multiple dates. I'm starting to catch some feelings. You always talking about what she want and her needs. And what about you and your needs? Does she cater to your needs? And I want to be like, Kai, you going to have to mind your business. You don't know what Alexia is doing. But you always talking about her and what she need. And I'm not here to play games. So why can't you just go ahead and cut that off and be with me, basically, is what she telling him. And he was just like, man, listen, look, like, I've been with her for 14 years. I love her. And Kai was just like, well, sometimes you got to love people from a distance. I was just like, oh, wait, excuse me. Oh, my gosh. So just like any other woman would, eventually you are going to get tired of being in that what if zone, and you are going to put some pressure on. And that's what Kai is doing. I don't think too many people are exempt from doing that, man or woman. Eventually somebody is just like, okay, I want to move to something else. What you trying to do? Darian says, I'm a fan of feminism and I'm a fan of the female. I hate listening to him talk. But I don't like to be pressured. I said, and that is Darian's problem. He doesn't like pressure. Let me tell you something about life and being an adult. At some point in time, you are going to feel pressure. You don't get to just run around feeling footloose and fancy free. That's not how life works. At some point, you got to nail yourself down. You got to make decisions, whether it's with work, whether it's with your kids, whether it's with your family, whether it's in your relationship. At some point, the pressure is going to come. When you are the type of person who doesn't like pressure, or you fold under pressure, Darian is most certainly that type. That is his issue. He likes to just let life happen. He just likes to be free and let life happen. And ain't nothing wrong with that, but quit putting everybody else in it because you want to be that way. I would bet money that Darian's kids just happened. They just happened. He didn't feel no pressure around it. He pretty much put the responsibility on the moms. Like, if y'all want to keep them, keep them. And, I guess I'll just have some kids. No pressure. Right? I'm sure he has been doing that most of his life, except for maybe in that rap career. I'm not really sure there, but I'm pretty sure most of his life, that's kind of how he moves. Other people need to make the decision. Other people need to, have the burden. Other people need to feel it. He not gonna feel it. And he proved it when they got into I'm sorry, y'all, I'm yelling. When they got into that final session, and instead of him expressing that he was the one that was uncomfortable in that moment where Kai was putting the pressure on him, he puts it on Alexia and says that he's not going to go out with Kai because Alexia feels some type of way. No, you feel some type of way. You don't want to go back out with Kai because Kai put the pressure on. Then you had the nerve to tell Kai, well, I'm just saying, like, I have fun with you. I can release with you. I got somebody I can talk to with you. Like, what I'm supposed to have, if you go, what I'm supposed to have. Nobody. Kai is not your helpmate. And Kai tells him that. I don't know who you going to have, but you're not going to have me. Does this look like a game to you? Does this look like a game to you? No, it don't look like a game. It look like a playground. But no, Kai, it is not a game. I agree with you. You don't get to just keep me around so you can have somebody to vent to and express yourself to. You're supposed to be doing that with your woman, but she got a tough exterior up and her armor up because you're not a safe place for her, so you can't express yourself to her and she can't express herself to you. I said, ain't this about a blip? This man finna put it all on Alexia, and Alexia was just looking like, I don't want him to do that for me. If he want to go back out with Kai, that's his decision. Don't put it on me. I said, thank you, Alexia. I'm glad you have taken that stance because you are not going to put it on me. You need to make a decision, Darian. You are a grown man. Make a decision. This is the type of stuff I be talking about right here. See, Darian is the type that will run around screaming, well, you decide. It's your body, it's your choice. But I bet you if you turn around and tell that same type of dude, you know what, I can't make a decision. I want you to decide. What you want me to do? You want to have this baby or not? I bet you it's going to set them back a bit because then they got to put the pressure on. They got to make a decision. They got to feel the brunt of the decision that they make. They love it when other people make the decision for them because then when it goes awry, they can put it back on you. Just like he did Alexia, just like he did with Kai, just like he probably going to do in a minute with Dr. Nicole and whoever else he can put it on. Make the decision for me. That way when it goes wrong, I can put it on you. No, sir. No, sir. And I'm glad Alexia said, I don't want to go on another date with you. I don't want to go on no date with you. I said no. Alexia, now I still feel like you should have been moved on. You have been aggravating me because he got 3 outside children. I don't understand. You have been annoying me, baby. But I get it. You love this man. You want to be with this man. I think you need to move on. I just don't think he is the type. I just wonder why women think just because you put time in with somebody that you should marry him. What's marriage to a person that doesn't value it? What's a ring to somebody who just giving it to you to shut you up? What's having children with somebody who doesn't value a family structure? What is it? Y'all, I'm getting worked up. Let me get off this camera. Y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what y'all thought about the episode. I'll see you for the next one. Bye.